What's up, everybody? That's back. Today we're going to talk about The Boys Season 2. Premiered on Amazon Prime on Friday, and it picked up right where Season 1 left off. I love this show. There's nothing that I don't like about it, honestly. The acting is great. The storytelling is awesome. The action is, like, stupendous. Like, everything about this show is what I would want from the comics. Now, is it a straight adaptation of the comics? No, it's not. If you've read the Boys comics, this is inspired by the comics. It is not an adaptation of the comics, which I'm fine with. I love the comics. Like those, that's one of my favorite comic book series of all time. Yet this definitely is one of those shows that takes its inspiration from the comic books. The characters aren't exactly how they are in the comics, but they are very closely tied to the motivations, to how the characters interact with each other. Like all of that is based off of how the characters are in the comics, which I love. They're just telling their own story using these characters, which I'm very cool with. Like there's characters in the comics who, they were there, but you didn't really get a good backstory behind those characters. Like as much as Homelander was the villain, he was the antagonist of the comics. You didn't really get a lot into his backstory and why he was the way he was. Same thing with Butcher. I mean, Butcher was you got the more of how he is, and Huey got a little bit more, but a lot of the characters you didn't get as in depth and like what their motivations were, like why they were the way they were, especially the heroes. Just a few that you really got to know beyond like a surface level. And in the show, they've done a great job with a lot of the characters. Queen Maeve and Annie and Mother's Milk and Frenchie, especially the woman. You get their motivations more, and it makes their characters more interesting. There's a lot of subplots, a lot of little interesting stories that aren't just tied to the big overarching story, and I like that. That is very entertaining for me. It keeps me engaged. It keeps me interested. That's one of the things that some of the other shows that are more inspired by the comics, so straight retellings like The Walking Dead and like Arrow and Flash, where sometimes the subplot, sometimes character development of some of the secondary characters kind of falls apart. And the Boys, that's one of the things I really enjoy about that is the characters, the secondary characters have gotten developed a lot more. Another thing I really enjoy is the fact that you have these great action scenes that are like super over the top, but it fits how that universe works. In the comic books, Boys, it was a lot worse than what we've seen on TV, and they've really dialed it back, but you still get that over the topness, like in the last episode where Stormfront is chasing the woman's brother through the building, and you see how sadistic she is, and you get to see a glimpse into her character that is more than just what we've seen so far. And I'm looking forward to how they develop that. They've done a great job with Annie and just how she is and what she's learned about herself and how she's become a better, more grounded character, more rounded person. And like the list goes on and on. I am super duper enjoying this season so far. It gives me something to look forward to on Fridays to watch. I can't wait till next Friday. They gave us the first 3 episodes, and it's one of those shows that I probably would have watched all 10 episodes as soon as they released them. So since they're piecemealing them out, I'm fine with that. It builds anticipation. It makes me think about the little storylines, extra storylines they're going through, and everything that's happening. So it's very interesting. And I'm really looking forward to what they do the rest of this season and what they do in the future. They've already renewed it for season 3. It's definitely got to be a hit for Amazon. So I'm happy that there's going to be more, and I'm looking forward to it. So if you've seen the first 3 episodes of The Boys Season 2, let me know in the comments below what you thought. And until the next time, peace.